So how do
see.
you,
Sorry, what? Yeah, go ahead.
you continued with the task?
Yeah. I was just gonna say I want to figure out where we were. I got to pull up the README again.
Yeah.
You started the course material, or and going through that, or and just not started this homework, or have you not started any of the course material?
I've started week 0. I was going
Okay.
through. Yeah.
How's it going?
It's pretty interesting.
You're doing
But
Code
so far,
Academy and stuff like that?
yeah, but then I got bored
Yeah.
because I have to start over again. I'm learning assigning variables. So I decided I'll just skip that and continue with the course, and I'll learn on the go.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's good sometimes, because you
because
can just like go over and over it.
the Khan Academy tutorial, they show you how to use arrays, map, assigning variables, and all those I know is just the syntax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one. Here we go. All right. So last time, hey.
I think we can just go ahead and read. I'll be on mute. This young person is not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I'll just focus on your screen.
Okay. Sure.
And then,
I'll drive for a little bit.
So Matt, we are live.
Hello.
I'm just copying over the information to the Weekend Collaboration channel as well, because Joseph joined us on the other one, maybe because yeah. Anyways, but yeah, cool.
Why don't they keep posting to the Weekend Collaboration channel?
It doesn't automatically post there for, I think, because the project name is Weekend Heretics, and so it only posts directly to the general. Yeah, I'm not. It'd be nice to fix that so that it would just. I mean, maybe changing the channel name to Weekend Heretics would be enough to fix it, or going in the projects and changing the project's name to Weekend Collaboration would also fix it. But it's something I actually haven't explored. But I mean, feel free to, if you want to try to fix that. I'm okay with that.
What's up, Matt?
What's up, man? I'm good. I was just we were just going through the advanced course, Peter and I.
Cool.
Yeah. So how did it go? How did it go yesterday after I left?
Good. I was just trying to show where we were, and
So you're
so
just
I think I should power up the server and
yes.
show you.
Show me. Did you get it sorting and stuff?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
Yep. And then that's pretty much where we left off. We didn't do mess with the highlighting yet. Saved all that fun for today.
Woo. Did you spend much time actually getting that to work out, or was it pretty straightforward after you?
It was pretty straightforward. I think we just spent a little bit of time. Oops. After you left, I think just not too much to that. We were done.
Yeah, and that's kind of weird help message because you're not trying to use Sinatra. And it does say that the parts is listening on 3000. So
yeah,
it's interesting though that you I'm not so familiar with, well, not familiar at all with this AWS Cloud9. Like in the old Cloud9, I think you do need to like add those extra tags like with the --p and the $ part and -b $IP or vice versa. But
I was looking on the Rails tutorial and there's another way. Actually, yeah, I think there is a way just using Rails. Yeah, Rails server.
I mean, it seemed like it was working. I think you exit out of it.
Yeah. But so let me try again, and then so now on AWS Cloud9 preview run application. Oh, yeah. No application seems to be running here. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to. Do you want to preview, or what's the difference in is? Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you. I wonder if you do need to actually tell it the. I don't know. It seemed like it was. It seemed like it was.
That's working, what it. Yeah, it works in the Rails tutorial app.
Could you?
Let me try. Let me try again. Maybe I didn't give it enough time to start up. Is that possible?
It seems like it's running, but okay. I have an idea that works with me in Codio. Can you stop the server and try the Rails server, but give it bind it to 0.0.0.0? Right, 0.0.0.0. Yeah. So you do Rails server and then space -b. And then space 0.4 zeros separated by points, dots.
Okay.
And then try that. And you shouldn't have any other, it should look the same there. But then if you try running preview, maybe that will work. It works on Codio, but of course that doesn't mean it'll work here.
No.
No. Didn't like that either.
Okay, I'll just use the here in the README.
Yeah, that one.
That's they say.
You get some Rails server -p $IP and -b with a $ port.
Did it not show it in here?
I can see if I can find it as well.
All right. Well, I could just run it in Heroku.
You try that command that I'm saying? Maybe I could have it mixed up, but it's,
okay. Yeah.
It's Rails server, and then space -p, and then a $IP with like capitalized, and then space -b, and then space $, port all capitalized.
Okay.
Maybe that will work. No.
Way around, maybe?
Invalid. Yeah, it could be. Although, yeah. Huh.
I could have sworn that I had a local thing running, but I don't see the
Taskbook. No, we don't want homework Ruby intro. I guess the first place we use it, yeah, is the Rails intro, isn't it? Rotten potatoes. I feel like they do have it somewhere, don't they? Don't they tell you? Oh, it's -P with a $ port and -B with a $ IP. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the opposite of what I said. Let me pull that out.
P for port.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I thought, but then I was like, oh, but I think you need to bind the port. But then, yeah, anyways. Yeah, so check that out. And that doesn't look any different, but then it does make it different. Awesome.
So, unsorted.
Yep. It is unsorted. And now it's sorted. Ah!
All right.
And nice.
Mm-hmm.
So anything cool you can tell me about the code? Did you just like?
There's nothing cool about nothing particularly cool about the code, I don't think. But well,
so
it was cool. It was cool when I did it and it worked. That was a great feeling. That was a good moment.
Definitely.
So,
I mean, I guess you can carry on, and I'll be able to see what it looks like when you go, because
true,
you're gonna do the highlighting stuff, so you're gonna need to probably go to the index to see the to do the highlighting stuff, and then I'll see what that looks like, and then
well,
yeah, cool.
You just gave me
what I expected. Yeah.
Okay. So we're working on highlighting.
I did give you. And Mike, did you have a chance to get things? I think that Daniel was doing a little bit of the driving, and you were kind of following along. But did you get things working on your end?
I didn't really look at it after we did it done. I will probably make it work in the background, and then share.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, ideally we would change drivers and stuff. So I'm not sure if you can get yourself caught up. Like I know you don't really like to do a lot of multitasking, but yeah, it's up to you. And Joseph, where are you at? On the have you started the course, or are you?
Yeah, we started last week with Oneida.
Ah, cool, awesome.
Yeah. So we created a calendar with Tuesday or Monday and Friday.
Ah, cool, awesome. And are you guys doing that in person, or are you guys doing it via the web?
Yeah, in person.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a cool way to pair program. I'm not as used to pair programming with people in person, but that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
right, so
hey guys, I think I can drive now.
you want to drive?
Ready? Yeah, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Let me see what I got. Okay.
So, Mike, you're the one that started the video, right? So you're controlling whose screen is being shared, correct?
Yeah, currently it's Daniel's.
Okay, cool. Just to remind you, because I know sometimes it's easy to forget.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay. So what I got here. So yeah. So Daniel.
Yeah.
So this is where I saw you had sort by.
Yep.
And sort by.
Yep.
Like so?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. And then here we have sort by. Not sure if that's it. So just is this how the order?
Movie.order. Yeah. Yep. So I think, yep, that's exactly how I had it.
Yeah. So maybe. Can you do a one-liner?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, maybe I test it out. I don't know where I have my. It should be localhost 3000.
Syntax error.
Yep. So sort by
Expecting a close parent.
Mike.
Yeah.
Have a look at line 17 and see if you can see the difference between line 17 and lines 7 and 9. You have link to, and then you have a space, and then you have some quotation marks, and you have what's written, and then you have, yeah, nice. And go back to the error message and see if before you see if you can see. So it says syntax error, unexpected T identifier, expecting. Okay, so yeah, it's not so helpful, right? But because it's telling you you're missing a closing parentheses and you're not. But, yeah.
Not matches.
So there's another small issue. Like, do you remember how to look at the different routes that are available from the command line?
Yep. It was.
Okay, so there's two on the left hand side, the prefixes. There's two two different prefixes that are don't. What am I trying to say?
Moving.
Yeah. So are you sending them to movie path or to movies path?
I think it should be movies.
And what have you written there? Yeah. The movie path, like you saw there, goes to the show, and then if you want it to show, then it's going to require the ID. That's why it's saying required keys ID.
Okay.
You can see that from there. For the wildcard, it says movie/ID, and then it will go there to the show method, and then the show method is first thing it's going to do is look up the movie by its ID, and then you're not giving an ID, so that's why you're getting that.
Okay. So, am I too impatient?
I'm not sure, maybe, but why are you asking that? Because it's not sorting?
No, it's not.
Can you go back to what you have in the controller? I know you were just there, but I didn't see. So is that do you have the same thing as Dan and it's not working for yours, or you have something different than Dan and like?
I think Dan had it.
So. Let's see. So controller.
Yeah, so I think you're on the right track, Mike, because I think that's not the way you were doing. That's not
the one line thing.
Yeah, because I think the if else on one line doesn't work unless you're doing it like you've done it before with the ternary operator, you know.
Yeah.
Also, like, this is Ruby, so you don't need parentheses after the method. Yeah, and also, yeah, so see if that works. You do have the indentation a little bit different on. Okay, so that works. Does it work for release date as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that works as well. And is that what you have, Daniel?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where I am.
I mean, I'm wondering if you go back to the code, Mike, now that we know that it's working, we can do a refactor
Okay.
potentially. What happens if you remove line the if else end?
If I remove else,
yeah, lines 14, 16, and 18, just remove them.
all this,
Yeah.
all this.
Yeah, exactly. And remove line 14 as well. And then like you can fix the indentation. And then yeah. And then in between movie.order, put all.order. And then refresh the page. Yeah, save it. Good. Yeah. And refresh the page. Actually, instead of refreshing the page, maybe take off the sort by and just go to movies. Yeah. So that's a list of the movies in the same way that they were when you were going to it, right?
Yep.
Now check and see if that's still okay. So that works. And what happens if you do that and that works? Do you know why that works?
It seems to me that like this is only called if there's a value here.
Yep, exactly. So if you wanted to, you could verify that by dropping in a binding.pry. But you Daniel did do that yesterday, and so what we see is that the first time that this index is called is when the person navigates to either the root path or to the movies path, and then when the person navigates there, there are no param sort by. So then that order will just it'll just not be called.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. Is it accurate to say it won't be called, or it will be called and it will just be? Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyways,
Just the ordering.
It's called with a null argument, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it does the default maybe. Okay.
And I think that's I mean, for right now, it doesn't matter that much, I guess, because the functionality is the same. Although, you had 5 lines of code, now you have 1 line. But also when we move along in this, that index method gets quite long, So you might benefit from having it a little bit shorter.
Okay.
Or maybe not. I mean, let's see that.
Okay. So
I think what Dan was reading, correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, but you were reading about so they give you, like, in that README, they give you what you need to copy and paste, and where do you, for the highlighting CSS, where is it that they tell you to put that?
Right here, app/assets/stylesheets/default.css.
All right, cool. And do you have that default.css file, or is that something that you have to create yourself?
It's there.
Okay, cool. This is where I got stuck yesterday, Mike. I'm not sure what I was doing wrong, but I was looking for the instructions for this, and I couldn't seem to find it.
Yeah. So I think.
Do you know where they are, Dan? Because you seem to be following the instructions, but I thought they were on the README in the Rotten Potatoes.
So it's in the assets folder. In app, you go to the Rotten Potatoes Rails intro and then app folder, and that's where your assets folder is. along with the controller models and views. So just
sorry,
go to assets.
I was sorry. I was asking where to find the README instructions for the.
Oh, the README instructions are on.
Is it just on the course?
Yep, the course site.
That's strange.
Or let me see. It's probably in the project too, right here.
I thought it would be
imagine.
in
Huh?
Oh, I thought it would be in the README, but
I think
not in the README.
No, it's just like some bare instructions, like.
Oh, this is okay. This is a README for the rotten potatoes. So you actually have to go to the README for the homework 2, which is also on GitHub. I mean, not homework 2.
Yeah,
would be the one. So, and actually, Mike, I think
I did focus.
I think you went ahead and forked that and cloned it, right? So
yeah, so he's on
you
that,
should
but
have
then
it.
on the README is just like that same thing that you were showing.
No, that's not.
I think I had it forked yesterday.
Yeah.
So I don't know where my fork has gone.
So where's your root for the project rotten potatoes?
Let me see.
You know why? Is because it's yeah, okay. It's not rotten potatoes. It's homework Rails intro.
Right.
I just shared the link to the README.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you've already cloned it and it's in homework Rails intro. I'm not sure. I guess interesting. Yeah. It doesn't say I've actually forked this repo, so I'm not sure why that would be. I thought I would have forked it as well.
Yeah, I didn't fork it because it just says like if you go through this README, it says fork
that's right.
The rotten potatoes. You need this for.
This is just the documents. Yeah, that's what was confusing to me. It's a different repo that just has the documents that you need to go through to.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're on part 1. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, cool. So yeah, that's so Daniel, what you were saying earlier is like all of our style sheets go under app/assets/style sheets.
Mm-hmm.
And also like, JavaScripts as well, and
for the CSS.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we should pass context. So, am I going to use JavaScript here with the query?
For doing what? Sorry?
To sense the click on the link.
I think.
Why? Sorry. What are you trying to achieve? What do you mean by But like, I understand what you mean by sense the click, but like right now, the way it's working is that if you click on it, it goes to the controllers and it sorts it. But you're asked, so what do you want it to do when it clicks?
I want to have this color here.
Mm-hmm.
I would add the class to the parent of this guy.
Mm. What were you gonna say, Daniel?
So it says in the README, past the set the controller variables that are used to conditionally set the CSS class of the appropriate table heading to highlight.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
do you understand? Do you understand that, Mike?
Please come again then.
So I'm just reading from the README, this part, before the pasting CSS.
Yeah.
It says, set the controller variables that are used to conditionally set the CSS class of the appropriate table heading to highlight. So maybe we could go into the views, see what CSS class is appropriate to.
So, Mike, I guess to answer your question, that is one way of doing it. You could do that. Like coming from having worked with JavaScript before, maybe that's the first place your mind goes is like, I know that I can set the JavaScript to event to listen to a click event, and when the person clicks on the event, I can actually add a class, in this case highlight, to it. And then that highlight would then add that coloring that you have there, the background color yellow. So that's one way of doing it.
Yep.
And I guess there's nothing wrong with doing it that way. But I don't think that they're asking you to do any JavaScript. Well, I know they're not because of what Dan just read.
Okay. So I think this is how they added. Is this how they add a class? Excuse me. Maybe
did you want me to answer that question, Mike, or I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was a rhetorical question, but
I can't even remember what I asked.
You were pointing to the line.
Oh, yeah, and asking that if that's how they add a class, because I was thinking this is how they add a. Okay, for this, this is how they'll add the ID. Maybe is that so? I'm not sure.
So this here, like, can you go to the browser and look for the more about on the homepage?
This more info here.
No, not more info. More about.
More about this.
Yeah. So more about, and then it's like the movie title, right?
Yeah. So more about title.
So go back to the code. And you have there more about, and then you have the movie.title, right? Yeah. Do you remember when we were doing the Codecademy stuff, we were talking about string interpolation.
Yep.
So do you remember like that you can use that pound and the curly braces, and then everything inside of that will come from Ruby.
Yeah.
So, and you notice that movie.title is the same as that is on line 14.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what that is.
Okay.
But I think that you know, you're onto something in the sense that, you know, I think that I personally don't have any experience besides this course in using Haml. So I mean, one thing you could do is you could just ask Google, you know, like how to add classes to Haml. I mean, you could also just like try adding it in different places and see, you know, see if you got it right. Or, you know, what I was doing in the background, for example, was I was trying to look at the book and see if it gives any examples. And I think there might be an example. I'm trying to see. There's a video, which I'll try to mute.
So they have like these.
Yeah. So
So does it come before the equal sign?
Just use the slide or something.
Yeah.
When you scroll up, yeah. So scroll up down, you see the Haml. So we do $sign strong in the then this is the ID.
Yeah. So I think what I was asking if that counts before.
So I mean, you could try it either way, but there's an example on that page that you can follow as well that shows you where you need to put it. That was a little bit further down before you scrolled up. If you go down like there on item, you have item, and then you have open curly braces, closing curly braces, and then you have an equal sign, item.body.
Yep. Oh, so the thing is I should not have some space. Okay. The other time I had it this way. So class highlight. Yep. And now from
So Mike, when you're looking at this, on that page on the that you're looking at the examples from,
Yeah.
if you look at like after you have the colon ID, and then you have the spaceship operator, and then you have the whatever, like it's a little bit different there than it is in your code.
ID item.
Yeah, so yeah, you don't need to worry about that part, but go back to the index. Like you see how online, yeah, there you go. And then I mean, save that and maybe maybe have a look at where that gets you in the browser.
Yeah, I think this will still not have the condition.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that we create expectations. Something that Ryder is big on that I've been trying to do more is to before refreshing the page or running the test or doing things like that to create expectations. So in this case, you were expecting that wouldn't work, and I guess it's only partially worked, but it has worked for adding the CSS that you want to add, right?
Yeah.
But there's one small problem, right?
Yeah, the condition.
Yeah.
Like when it should only come after I click on this guy.
Exactly. But that's a good step, because you can see that actually does work, by adding a class and adding the name of the class that will find the CSS that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So that's why I was telling you I think it's good for you to go in the browser and check it out and make sure it's working to add that color that background color. So now having done that, and going back to what the hint they gave you, or the instructions they gave you in the README, they said so you're paying attention to that, right? Because you went to the controller.
Yeah.
So what does it say?
It says
you should do this by setting.
You should do this by setting controller variables that are used conditionally. That are used to conditionally set the CSS class of appropriate table headings to highlight, and pasting this simple code CSS into the CSS file.
Okay. So do you know what they mean by controller variable?
Like a controller variable should be I think, is it the context variable? Like,
I'm not sure. What are you calling a context variable?
Like what the value that's passed to the views from the controller, the array or something, or list that's passed to the, so that the view can just use the contents of that variable.
I mean, maybe you can show me what you're talking about.
So for example, if I have, okay, maybe I could have context. I know the context is not available in Rails, so maybe I'll just use this as an example. So context highlight.
Yep.
So equals highlight. And then there's a way of passing this to the view. So maybe there's a way I can call the view index and pass the variable to it. That when I'm within the view, I can just use this context to.
Yeah. Do you understand like what the difference between local variables and instance variables are?
Local is local within the method. Instance are available within the class.
So like, do you see anywhere on that controller where they're using a local variable?
On this controller?
Yeah.
Like here?
Yeah, exactly. So what you're saying is if what happens if I try to access this this variable in the index method, for example?
You can't access it.
Yeah, right. And can you show us an example of an instance variable?
Movie?
Yep. Or for example, if we stay with the same if the same method, like would at movies would be an instance variable as well?
At movies? Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And now if you go back to the index.html.haml, is there anywhere that you see at movies on this page?
Yeah.
So where is that coming from?
The controller?
Yep. So yeah, exactly like you said, like, and so you know, they called it controller variable for some reason, but like an instance variable is not only what can you use it in other methods, but you can also use it in other you can also use it in you know, in between the controller and the view, for example.
Mm-hmm. What to do? So I know I should set the highlight to this to highlight.
Yep.
But then,
Perfect. So now
I should choose. I should choose which.
Yeah, you should. But I mean, you could take it a step at a time, you know? So you take it in like bite-sized steps, you know? So you could save this, for example.
Okay. And have
you need to save it, but then yeah, like yeah. Nice. Beautiful.
I think I did save it.
Yeah. So now if you so now if you go back to the browser, what do you expect to happen?
Both to have.
Yep. So you can see that now that has the exact same functionality as you had before. So now the only thing you need to ask is how to make it conditional. And you know how to make things conditional because you've done it many times, right?
Yeah. So maybe if where should I take that logic? So here.
Yeah.
So we have if
Yep.
set by
Yep.
So I'll call this highlight title.
Mm-hmm.
Then else if it was then here I'll have
you need to save the controller. Okay, so what do you expect to happen?
so if this is clicked, it yellows, else and the rest are not yellowed.
Okay, so you what you expect is that it's going to operate the way that you're trying to get it to operate.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Nope, doesn't.
So go back there and so that you can delete. Yeah. So I have an idea why it might not work. But can you go back to the view and see? Okay. So why don't you drop in a pry?
Yeah.
No, it's better if you don't do it here, right?
Okay.
It's and calling pry from a view is more complicated. You can't just drop it in. Well, you might be able to actually with Haml. Yeah.
So as seen the same as a symbol.
Sorry, is what the same as a symbol?
A string. Like if I have a string hello and a symbol hello.
No.
If I okay.
They're not the same, no. And I think that might be what the issue is. Mike, did you stop the server? Yeah, or maybe it stopped at the because it says Rails S.
Yeah.
I can't see
Because
what's going on. Cool. Yeah, exactly.
The params subsort is a string, and you're comparing to.
So that's the theory. But to test that out, I guess what you're looking for, Mike, is that
What I'm looking for?
Stop somewhere. So you're saying if param sort by is equal to title as a symbol, then highlight the highlight title, and else if param sort by is equal to the symbol release date, then highlight release date is equal to the string highlight. So what Joseph is saying is that we need to check to see if what we get in the price session if we say params sort by.
Search.
So there you go. Does that look the same as what you're doing on line 15?
Nope.
So you can say param sort by, and you can ask the class as well if you want. I mean, I think it's clear what class it is by looking at it, but you can try it.
I didn't get you. Param sort by?
Dot class. So just go up twice. Oh no. Oh no. There you go. Dot class. So yeah. So do you feel like you know what you need to change to get this to work?
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, nice. Rubocop will be happy.
Yeah.
Rubocop will be very happy. You can anyway, in Atom you can highlight the entire word with Control D, or I don't know what it is in and then you can type the quotation mark just once, and it'll actually add it on both sides of the yeah. So you don't have to type it.
If it was JavaScript, that would have, because if you're equal, it doesn't check the type. It checks the value. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So it just triple equals in JavaScript actually checks the type as well.
Yeah, the type and the reference where it in the memory. If it's not there, then it's a false.
Yeah. Yeah. So you need to exit out of the price session, Mike.
Okay. So
and then what do you expect to happen?
That's nil. Then what nil?
So just exit out, yeah. Because you're in an old session, you're not in a new session. So they're both nil because of that.
So
I think you probably yeah. So just go there to the browser, maybe.
Okay.
Ah, there you go. And now, can you double check by removing the parameters from the URI? Okay. Hey! Woo! And should we switch drivers back to Daniel?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome.
Let's see. I wasn't actually. I couldn't follow along really well. So.
Did you have any specific questions about what we were doing there?
Let's see. So here we put a instance variable that basically gets passed to the view from the controller, right? It's got access to the controller's instance variable. So
yep,
this is a controller variable, and this we called highlight. We just call it highlight title.
Yep.
This one I'm going to call highlight release date, highlight date.
I think highlight release date is better though it's longer.
Release date.
That's probably okay. You know, like clarity is sometimes, or all the time, I don't know, better than brevity.
Okay.
Because I mean, maybe right now it wouldn't matter, but maybe in the future it would. You know, maybe you're going to add other fields that are like updated at or updated date or different things like that. And then you need to, conditionally add values to that. I guess there's a couple, like Mike showed one way of doing it.
So param sort by equals I don't know. So this was the same mistake.
Yeah, good catch. I was tempted to tell you, but like I think you'll get it. Either way, if you even if you don't, then it'll just give a more use in
more pry.
Yeah, exactly. Get more pry time. Nothing wrong with pry time.
So here we want class highlight. I've forgotten the syntax of the. Is that right? Let's just check it out.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey. So I did say that there are several different ways of doing this, but I can think of a really easy way that you can refactor this down to 2 lines instead of 5 with the same logic.
Okay.
I mean, I can give you a minute. I mean, I'm not sure if you want to. You know, there's no reason that you have to. but it's like a Ruby way of doing things that involves like inline conditional statements.
Okay.
Is it the ternary operator?
That would be a way of maybe, well, yeah, you could do that, but you might get in trouble if you did that, because the ternary operator doesn't have that else if part of it. It just has like an if, you know? I mean, can give you another hint if you want.
Yeah, I don't think I know the syntax for the inline conditional statement. Do I?
Maybe, I guess so. Can you think of a way to make lines 15 and 16 on the same line?
Yeah, so if I put this.
Yep. And now you probably see what I'm getting at.
So you don't have the else, you just have two ifs.
Yep.
Title equals highlight if. Oh, right. Okay, I gotcha.
I have another idea that you can just use one line.
I do. Awesome.
But only if. Can you go back to the HTML index? I don't know if it will work, but I think if you go to your HTML
Index.html.
Yeah. So let me ask you if. Yeah. Oh yeah, it will work. It will work. So go back to the code. So the idea I have is, because when you do, okay, let me just, I think I'll to be faster. So something like art, then underscore.
It's a mystery, Joseph.
Oh, there it is. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there should be a plus. So instead of typing the title and the release here, you can just have one variable and then name it, have an extension, the underscore title or the release date. Set it to be the params subsort by. And then now you just do highlight. So if there's nothing like sort by title or release, the
So
variable
params. This is basically, you're saying that this is basically params sort by in a string form, right?
like you remove, yeah. So you don't need to
Well, but then how do you do the conditional?
You don't need to do any condition. If you can get a way to do like at highlight plus and then param sub sort by, then that would work.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah.
You're saying, so we're going to make this instance variable. We're going to use a variable to reference this instance variable.
Yeah.
So right. So the way that we would do that is by making a string, but like maybe a hash. Is that what you're saying?
So yeah, the idea was, so anything at the @ sign will be the value of the variable, right? So can you do like @ and then plus highlights? Will that make a global or an instance variable called highlight? Like, can you do that first? I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna work quite the way. So you're saying like put a string here?
Yeah. So you only need to do the way you are only allowed to have variable the art movies or art something. What if you don't know what the name of the variable will be? You want it to be dynamic. Can you send something out?
I think you probably can using a hash, but I'm not sure.
But can
you? I don't know, to be honest. The answer to that question, I think that there definitely is a way of doing it, like Daniel saying with a hash, because I've seen a solution for that, but that would not make it into a one-line solution.
Yeah. So, cause mine was if you you delete and then it will be like highlight and then underscore and then the name of the parameter and then you just
yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. Interpolated maybe.
Yeah, something like
I mean,
that.
you can try that, like you at highlight and then delete the title and put like a but then yeah, you would be inside of, and then you would need, yeah. Can you try that, Daniel? Delete title and then put a string with a double quote, double, and then inside of that do a the pound and the curly braces. Yeah, and then inside of that put params sort by. And then you can get rid of everything after a highlight. Yeah, after highlight.
Everything after highlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next line as well.
Just get rid of the next line, or
yeah. Because that should read highlight. Well, so it doesn't like it. It's complaining on line 15.
Yeah,
this is the syntax.
You add a plus, like right there.
Yeah, it's not.
No, you don't need to do plus. Yeah, you don't need to do plus when you're doing.
Oh, okay.
No, the only way that I could see doing it is this.
An array? No. Don't think that would work, no. Because the idea is that like when those params are, when there are params. Yeah, that wouldn't work. No. It wouldn't work with an array. the string interpolation only works when it's a string. I mean, you could try even with
yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, no, you can do
It'd be like this. So you're indexing by param sort by, and into this highlight hash, and that will set that index to highlight, and then but then there's no way to actually have to do like highlight class.
Yeah.
Let's see.
If you still need the underscore.
There'll be a nil, huh?
You still need the.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we did this release date, would that work, you think?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
Let me think this through. So this is asking for that at highlight.
That would probably be a string.
Be nil.
It's okay if it's nil though.
Class nil.
Yeah, you can have a class nil. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You have that anyways, because if you're doing it conditionally, you're saying that if it's, but that would probably need to be a string though, because remember that it's not going to be a symbol, even though you're passing the sort by as a symbol. Like if you ask it what its value is, it's a string.
Yep.
But I'm not sure.
Well,
there's only one way to find
but this is the index that I just made. So this would be a symbol, I think.
Well, try it both ways.
See.
I mean, at least if you leave it both ways, then one might work and one might not. Yeah, that param sort by is definitely not going to return a symbol. We've seen that already. Yeah. But you can leave one. I mean, I shouldn't say definitely. It could act in a way that's not expected. You could leave like one like that and the other one, like a symbol, and then we'll see if it works either way.
For that.
Yeah, but if you do it like that, then you might, if it doesn't work, then you might need to change it to a symbol to see if it works.
So?
No, it just didn't work.
Undefined method. So you can't index into a nil.
Yeah.
Nil class. Can't index into nil. So what's the problem here when I call highlight title?
I mean, you could remove which you have sort by you have sort by release date. Just remove that at highlight with the title and see if it works for release date.
How is this nil? How is this?
Because you have the parameter.
This hash is nil. So that you can index into a hash and it return nil if there's nothing, but it's saying you can index into this, which is nil. It's not holding the hash.
Well, because it's not indexing into it because it's got an underscore. So it would only be using an index if there weren't an underscore,
Really?
Yeah, you can't have an underscore before the opening and closing brackets and expect it to act like an index.
Oh.
But you could remove that. If you remove that highlight title and refresh the page, will that work?
What if we
yeah, you could try that as well.
Take out all these. So it's saying
nil class.
Undefined method. Yeah, so it's saying this is nil.
Highlight doesn't have Yeah, because that highlight doesn't have a value.
Okay. Let's see here. Add highlight equals highlight. Okay. So that's up to 3 lines.
Yeah, but that's not going to work either because you're not going. It's going to complain about not having a key called whatever, called title or called whatever.
Really?
I think so. You can see, but that param sort by is going to be title or release date, and then it's going to try to access the key called title or release date in an empty hash.
But that's how you add stuff to the set. Isn't that how you set the elements of the hash?
Yeah, I think in Ruby it's different. I don't know.
I mean, you can check.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, that works. Yeah, you're right.
But it says like 1 line, but as it is right now,
it's still long.
No, I mean it doesn't save a line because it was the same before, but it does remove the conditionals.
Yeah. If it would have agreed,
I mean, there is something to be said about removing conditionals. I know people who don't like using conditionals at all. So in this case, that would be removing those. So I mean, I think that would be an improvement.
So my question, can you do like
Yeah, so I guess like sorry, it's Daniel. So yeah, I was getting confused because I was thinking that it's going to try to access a key called title, but actually what it's going to be doing because it has the equals highlight is it's going to be creating a new key value pair.
Yep. Yeah, it's calling this this method right here as opposed to sorry. That's confusing.
Yeah, with the highlight.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. No, that's.
Can't it just be created without the declaration? Line 16 without 15.
That's what we tried first, but it complained about that. It says so at highlight in that case wouldn't be anything, so you can't index into it yet.
Okay.
With this. So yeah, unfortunately, I think we need that empty hash first before.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a hash.new as well, but that doesn't change anything. I'm just wondering if there's a way to.
My question was, can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, is it possible to do like art and then give it a string?
Or no,
I don't think so. No.
Because I was thinking maybe you can just do like art and then do param sub.
Yeah, like do some string interpolation.
Sorry, I want to see how this looks since you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Well.
But then I was thinking if there's a way to chain it.
Yeah.
I think you could, maybe you could do at highlight equals, and then do like that, something like that. But
no.
I was thinking Can you do, instead of hash.new, can you do just an open and curly braces without the dot? Or just remove that dot there? Yeah. Oh, see, that would work. No, you don't need that. No. Remove that parentheses. That might work. See if that still works the same. No, it's not working. So if it were working, that title would be highlighted. I think. Yeah, no, it's not working.
Wonder what it's doing. All right.
It's getting the whole, yeah.
So how do you create a hash using the new keyword? Like, how do you do it?
I mean, it would work if you remove those curly braces and you say hash.new, that would work the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing.
When you're trying to like chain it together, that it's not. Yeah. So then, yeah, if you did that, then I mean, you could do it and show that it still works. But what if you, I guess like opening curly braces and then putting on line 16 would be the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That probably will work. Oh, yeah.
But then that would need to equal title, no? Ah, yeah. Nice. So then highlight will either be nil or it'll be.
Oh, it doesn't like that.
Why doesn't it
expecting hash rocket? Okay.
Try putting the try interpolating the param sort by.
Interpolating it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Oh, wait. So.
Yeah, like putting. Yeah.
Dang it. Didn't work.
No. Doesn't work on code 9, huh?
Nope. All right. Give me a second.
Yeah.
And then. There does have to be a better way to do that.
Yeah.
Code 9. All right.
But you wouldn't want that space in between the colon and the end of the.
Right.
He's not complaining, but not sure it'll work either. No. I think I know why it doesn't work though, because now that key is a string instead of.
Okay, but.
Or no.
Pry.
At highlight equals.
Highlight equals. Highlight.
Yeah, but this is a string. That's a string. Isn't that what it should be?
Yeah, I just don't know exactly how it because it's not expecting that that key will be, I think it's expecting that key will be a symbol, even though you're passing in a string on the indexing. But I'm not sure, because keys are normally not strings. I'm not sure. I mean, the thing is that I can go and pry, just normal pry in the command line and see. So if I hash is equal to yeah, but that yeah, so let me share my screen with you. So I did that where I hash is equal to, and then we have a string as a key and a value as an integer. And then if I try to access it like that, it doesn't work. I wonder if I try to access it like this, if it would work. That works. So maybe change in the views, maybe change it from a, instead of being a string, change it to a symbol and see if that works.
You can't access it by the literal string?
No.
Full quote string? Wow.
Oh, sorry. I can try that as well. But I don't think so, because look, when I passed it as a string, but then when it changed it into a symbol because it's a hash. Although it's a bit strange because earlier when you did that, you could access it with, but I mean, just try changing one of the either title or release date to, or both to a, try to access it by the symbol in the view and see if that works. Well, yeah, you'd have to go back to the way it was as well there, but.
So we're gonna try and access it with a symbol, right?
Yeah,
but how? You can access it with a literal string.
Lila, are you hungry, Lila? Maybe it's because you didn't eat your food. And then
got a talker.
Yeah, can you hear her?
Yep.
She's there. She gets like that in the morning as well. It's really annoying. She'll wake us up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, like this. I think it's because we're too nice, you know. Yeah.
She a black cat?
No, she's like so
all right, so
does that work? Because I thought you were gonna string interpolate the on line 15 the param sort by.
Wait, what was wrong with this one?
The string interpolation.
Oh, right. String interpolation. I'm gonna change that.
I'm not sure that'll work either, because I'm not quite sure if we're even supposed to be string interpolating this, because it's not a I mean, you can try, you know, but it's not a variable. But I mean, at least it doesn't complain. I just don't know. I'm not sure what that value will be, you know. Ah, and it works.
There we go.
Wow.
So we got it down to 2 lines.
Nice. That's awesome. And that feels better because then it's not using conditionals. It's just using the value of param sort by in the same way that the order method is using param sort by the value of the param sort by. Nice. I'm gonna steal this code. Well,
all right.
I guess not stealing if you help the.
Yeah. She pretty much read it.
Daniel.
Well, I mean, it was your idea of indexing it that actually led to this. I mean, I've seen a solution that uses hashes, but it wasn't nearly as clean as this. Like, actually, I'm going to share this with Sam as well, because he came up with a solution that that uses this same logic, but is more lines than the conditional logic, and so, you know, arguably not as good.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Mike?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask how the final product works out. The I think line 15. Yeah.
This one. So it's kind of a.
Are you asking how it works, or if it works?
Is it a hash of hashes?
It is a hash with a hash as I mean.
No, it's just a hash. It's a hash, and then it has a key value pair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Like, and then in the index, like you're just saying that, like, so this param sort by will be either equal to title or it'll be equal to the release date, and it won't be equal. It'll never. This hash will never have more than one key value pair, right? But
We'll never
I
have
mean,
more
I shouldn't
than...
say never. Am I breaking up?
No, you said the hash will never have more than one. So I was wondering what you meant.
More than one key value pair, because you in the param sort by, you either in the way you've set it up, you either have title or you have release date. You never have both of them at the same time.
Okay, yeah. I
mean, you could change the code in the future to include more than one sort by value, but now you're either sorting by title or you're sorting by release date. So that key will we're interpolating it, so it will either be it will either have the value title or it'll have the value, not value. The key will be either title or release date.
Yeah, and I think using the hash is much faster than using the conditional.
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
I don't see why we need this. We need this right here, the string interpolation, because see this param sort by, we established that's going to be a string, right?
The value is going to be a string, yeah.
Yeah, the value is going to be a string. So we're taking a string and interpolating into another string that's just got a string.
No, you see, when you interpolate, it's not yet a string. So what you have done there, the string contains params sort by. So that's
which is a string.
No, not yet. Yeah, you know the end product would be a string, but
what is the param sort by? Like this param sort by up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because another question will be, can't we have just a variable as a key to the hash?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. You would just add another line, like you can set param sort by to equal, a local variable sort by, for example, and then if you you can call that from .order sort by and so on.
I need to try something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I see what you're going there. I think, yeah, that might actually work, because that's old syntax you can use with strings as with strings as keys. I was just looking at my code, and so I guess later we're going to get into storing information in the sort.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not. I don't know. I'd have to have a think about how to adapt mine to use that.
Okay. That's a little bit, I think that's a little bit, not really much of a difference, but a little bit clearer.
It works. Yeah.
So
yeah, I like that as
now
well.
this is just a hash that takes a string and hashes. I mean, sorry, has a string. What do you call this? Index.
Yep. The key is a string.
Key.
Yeah. So.
Key.
Yeah. So that goes back to what I was saying, is that older syntax that's using the space rocket is useful when you're dealing with keys that are strings. Because like when you actually create the hash with if you create the hash with a string using the newer syntax, then it automatically converts it into a symbol, the key. The only thing is that this would be like, from like a memory standpoint, like I think would be, it would create more, like use more use more memory, because like as a symbol, it's the same object ID, whereas as a string, it would be a different object ID. Although I'm not sure if that even matters in this case. Yeah, I'll have to play around with mine and see if I can easily adapt it. Because I think you have some, yeah, I'm not sure. Or maybe I'll just wait and see where you guys get with this and going forward, because yeah, there's stuff you need to do that's like conditional on I mean, maybe the highlighting is not, though. But anyways, yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna go, guys. But
all right.
on if you feel like it. How's that? Sorry. Before, I guess I'm curious where that leaves you as far as like the so that's basically ready to deploy.
Yep.
You'll submit the code for this first.
Then
yeah, after you deploy, for now, commit all the changes. Oh, just commit. Yeah, commit and push to Heroku. Yeah, and then part 2 is dealing with filtering the list of movies by rating. So that's kind of I don't know if you're, depending on what you guys want to tackle now, that might be a big thing to do now, but I'll leave that up to you. So Joseph has dropped off. I'm not sure if he was.
Oh, okay.
And Mike is muted, so.
Mike is on.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Did you hear Dan's question?
What do you think, Mike? Do you think we should stop it here, or?
I'm not sure. How huge is the next one? Because maybe it will get us going for another hour.
Yeah.
And probably I have to go sooner.
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's something you can do in like 30 minutes. But I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I suppose it does depend a little bit on if you're going to be refactoring that kind of stuff, But seeing it's just, I think it's probably just as big as the sort one, and the sort one took more than one 2-hour session. So it took, I think, 3 hours or something like that. So I don't know if you want to try doing it if you only have 30 minutes left, but you could get started, or you could read through it and, you know, have an idea or something like that. But yeah.
And then just saying, well, so if we did stop it here, do we want to continue doing the pairing all the way through this? Because
yeah, I think we can just read through it and see if you can push it within the next 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to drop off. And I think, again, that to your point, I think like doing it together potentially does take longer, and you definitely won't keep to the schedule of doing one of these homeworks per week. I mean, like the second week took us, I think, a month to get through. So I guess that's a question everyone needs to answer individually. But I don't think there's a way, if we do it by ourselves, to ensure that we are all in the same part of the same week. So
yeah,
I mean, we can see how it goes with like the, next week where people are. And if you're going to join in and just kind of go through the stuff you've already done before, or if you're going to look for someone who's on the same week as you. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. I mean, that's kind of up to you. I think that right now, it seems like the only one that's in the same week as you is Mike, and Mike historically hasn't had a lot of time to be going through the stuff. Well, I think the problem is not that he hasn't had the time during the week, because I think he does have some time during the week. So if you wanted to pair on things during the week and then on the weekend collaboration, we're all of a sudden on week 4, for example, like that's totally fine with me. I don't know about Faith. Like Faith is kind of going to maybe a little bit behind now.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to see how it goes in the future, but like if you don't feel like going at as slow as we're going, like feel free to, go at whatever pace you want to go at, and if you want to join and help people who are behind you, then great. And
yeah,
if you want to.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I could do either one. I'm not, but I would like to just complete the course and
I mean, that's what I did. I kind of completed the course on my own, and then just have been joining to kind of go through it again with fresh eyes and see how other people go through it, and try to pick up on, learn myself and help other people as well. And I think that works quite well. So, you could do something similar if you wanted to, or, it's up to you. I mean, I think if you hold yourself back just so that you can finish with a group of people, those people might drop off and not have time anymore to keep going, or those kind of things. So I don't know if you want to do that or not. And it will definitely not definitely, but it will probably take you longer to go through it as a group, because we're going at a kind of a slower pace and trying to and you could do that slower pace after you've already done the course, because that will help you to refactor your own code and understand how other people think and that kind of thing, and help other people as well, which, if you're able to teach someone else, then that means that you understand the concepts in a deeper way than if you're just able to do it.
All right. Well,
I'll drop off, and I'll, if you want to let me know what you're going to do, fine. If not, then hopefully I see you next week.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll work on it for a little bit longer, and then I'll figure out all that stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks. See you soon.
All right. See you. Okay.
I think you're still going to be doing the driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Joseph had to go? Or?
I think he dropped off. He was having internet issues.
Okay. All right. Well, so we're on. Well, just wanted to make sure before we moved on from part 1, there was this important for grading purposes that I remember. For sorting by title, should have the HTML element ID title header. The link for sorting title should have the HTML ID title header. And the link for sorting release date should have the HTML element ID release date header. So that link, is that what? Let's take a look at that. So this is saying that this should have an ID right here before the class.
Actually, I think that, I don't know if that references the link or the table header, because there are two different.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So, but how do we? Because this is just a link to method, and it doesn't. So we can.
Maybe we can pass the attributes to the link to method as a hash, maybe.
The attributes. Like the
ID.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because the link to is a method. The link
yeah.
potato.
Okay. How would we do that though? Just like at the end right here. I wonder, actually, if we inspect this, it's saying that this one should have the ID, right?
Yep.
So how does it render that in the Rails by using this link to? And if let's say, let's look at link to. Would it be action view helpers? To text body, URL, and HTML options. So in this HTML options hash.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's
If
see if it tells you
where they've used the HTML options.
Method, symbol of HTML for HTTP verb. Do what, Mike?
Maybe see an example how they've used the HTML options.
Examples
down there. Yeah, up. I saw something. Link to profile, then yeah.
Link to right ID at profile. action, just, okay. And we want this to have, was it ID, was it like ID symbol?
Yeah, the same.
Okay. All right, okay. ID. What was it supposed to be? Title header.
Yeah.
And release date header.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a literal string? I guess so.
Yep. So you've not put the ID as a symbol?
Yes, it's a symbol. So this is a hash.
Yeah.
That has a symbol key, so we can
okay.
put it in this
Yeah.
in this way.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's for the auto grader, I guess. And ID equals release date header. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay. And now I think we're good to. Did you make the change?
Nope. My hands are busy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got the. I think I'll just make the changes later on.
We'll submit later, but for now, commit all the changes and deploy to Heroku before moving on. So I'll do that.
Okay, maybe I can just. Yep. So what you did was, you can see my screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a single finger. So here I did ID of title header.
Mm-hmm.
A string, yeah.
Yes.
Then no complete. Remind me now. Then we have another for release date header. And I did not update the controller to use the hash. So what you did was to have highlight equals this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere where someone was rooting for using the
That way it won't work though. You gotta do the
yeah. I gotta do the arrow.
Yeah.
The spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have highlight. Let's copy and paste this guy.
And then you'll have to change it in the view.
So in the view, so I'll have,
instead of at highlight underscore title. Yep.
so this is a string.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. So maybe I test if I got the keys.
Yeah.
Rotten potato. Unbalanced brackets. I need a comma somewhere. This. This. This.
What was it saying?
So I still need to have this in like
Yeah.
in a hash. Okay. Like such. Come on.
Works?
Yep. Inspect.
All right.
The ID is release the header. Okay, yeah.
All right.
So we just need to push.
Yep.
And highlight. So we just push to master.
Yep. Well, I just committed, and then let's just say push Heroku.
Oh, we push to Heroku master.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I did.
Don't we have to? Don't we have to push to GitHub? Oh, I guess we don't. But
Yeah. Maybe we can read as it pushes.
It's taking a long time. Yeah. Okay, part 2.
Yeah.
Filter the list of movies by rating. Okay. This enhance rotten potatoes as follows. At the top of all movies listing, add some checkboxes that allow the user to filter the list to show only movies with certain MPAA ratings. Okay. When refresh button is pressed, the list of movies is redisplayed showing only those movies whose ratings were checked. Okay. This will require a couple of pieces of code. We have provided the code that generates the checkboxes form, which you can include in the index.html template. Okay.
Okay.
Control C. This goes in index. And this is before the table. Let's take a look here.
You need a space.
Sorry, I just want to. So it's right above the table, right?
Yeah.
We need a space?
Yeah, between the H1 and the, just for readability maybe.
Okay.
Single line. At the bottom as well, yes.
To be? There's no like percent. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. Okay. I'll save that.
And maybe refresh.
And then refresh.
Yeah, the page so that you can see if it's.
I think we gotta implement this. So since we haven't defined all ratings in the controller yet, saying it's nil. We just go here. For each rating.
There should be a way for us to select only ratings, yeah.
Movie.find.
You confirmed that already?
What?
That movie.find will get the ratings.
Yeah, I just looked at this. Movie.find ID. Look up movie by unique ID. So this will look up by rating.
Okay, yeah. The rating will be params.
Rating will be params. So params has a sort by. So like here, oh right. So we do need that I rating equals params rating. And then wait a minute. So movies pass, method get.
Okay. What I was
It's
thinking,
in the movie.
all ratings should be a variable from the controllers, and it should be maybe a select distinct rating from the database.
Yeah, all ratings is a variable that we just defined. But first we defined it using that params. So that's why I was putting here ratings.
So
Okay.
what's the first variable in that movie path?
The first variable in the movies path?
Yeah, so
well, see, it only like remember before we passed the hash
setback.
To determine like what.
Yeah.
So so then whenever we went into the index, we had like params sort by, and we could use that. So now we need params rating. So
like if you just return it to what it was,
return
the movies part.
Okay, just take out the movies. Okay.
Yeah. And then in the controller, okay, in the controller maybe select distinct rails. Let me just do a search for that. Distinct. Yeah, I think it just works. Can you see my screen?
Movie select rating. Right, but what is rating in there? That's just whatever they defined it to be. Oh, okay. Model that selects. So that doesn't work. No.
So I think model will be movies.select rating.unique.
Model.select rating.map. The result of this is a collection of model objects. Okay, so let's just try that. Model.select rating. Movie.select rating.
Yeah.
All ratings each. Okay. So that's good. And then
Yeah, so that gives the hash. And that's what the guy was saying, so that I think we needed to do the dot map.
okay.
This, yeah.
Then dot map. What is this? What is that doing?
Map, you know the map function. What it does, what the map function does, I think it adds it applies something like whatever is within the brackets to everything in the hash. So it iterates through the hash and then does this. I don't know what this unsigned does.
Okay. I see what it's doing. It's calling this. This is like a block of code. I think it calls a block of code. It basically calling this method, the rating method.
Okay.
Let's just try it out. Okay.
So what did
it doesn't do anything right now.
I missed that part.
So yeah, I just changed it to how it showed map.
Okay. And then dot unique, if you do dot unique.
Dot unique is if you want only one of each.
Yeah. Because if you look at if you look at what we have on the UI, we have PG followed by PG, and we have R followed by R.
All right.
Yeah, I think we need one of each.
Cool. Unique without, it's not.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Cool. Why is there a, wait, yeah, okay. The checkbox is after the rating.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that part. Then what?
Then we need to figure out
actually
how
make it.
Submitted. Yeah.
Okay.
So
let's go on and read. We already did the, basically we did the form. in the checkboxes. You need to do a bit of work to use the above code. You can see it expects variable add all ratings to be an enumerable collection of positive values, possible values of movie rating. Okay, we already did that. Controller method needs to set up this variable. Okay, we've already done this whole paragraph, so you also need code that figures out that knows how to figure out which boxes the user get checked and how to restrict the database query based on that result. Okay. Regarding one, try viewing the source of the movie listings with the checkbox form, and you'll see the checkboxes have field names like G ratings, PG. This trick will cause Rails to aggregate the values into a single hash called ratings, whose keys will be the names of the checked boxes only, and whose values will be the value attribute of the checkbox, which is 1 by default since we didn't specify another value when calling the checkbox tag helper.
So what it's saying is that they have a hash rating. And what did they say about the value? The value
is 1 by default. So the keys for this is going to be, so this is going to be like ratings G is equal to 1, ratings PG is equal to 1. Like they're all equal to 1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like right here. Params will include as one of its values ratings, and this is what I'll be in ratings. So we need to change some of them to 0 based on which ones are unchecked, and then we need to use that ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so so here's the form tag. So we actually need to change this at movies. Well,
I don't know. What's the action of the form? Which function does it call when you click submit? Or am I thinking ahead of what the task is right now?
What happens when you click refresh? I don't know. I
think
don't understand.
we can use the DevTools to see which method is called. We can inspect and see the network to see the method that is called by movies path.
Looks like so the get is called by movies path, right?
Yeah, but get to which method specifically? Which controller method? Is it the index or is it something else?
Oh, right. So what are you're saying, like put a Brian here, or
Like in the when you in your browser in the
use inspect. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, we can use the DevTools to see which so where's the form? Where the form starts? I just want to see its action. Action is movies. So you see it doesn't go to the index. So where's the movies method in
get movies is index.
Movies is index
in the router.
Okay.
If you look at the routes, let's see. How do you do that?
Rec routes.
Like that?
Space.
Rec. Okay. Okay, so movies get yeah, goes to index. Okay. Yeah, so I guess because the movies path with this get.
Yeah, so that's what it does.
Yeah. Okay.
So
do we need to change this all ratings from? So we need to filter with using this all ratings, and then it'll do for each thing. It'll make this, right? So now instead of all ratings, no.
So we can check params all ratings.
That's the checkboxes. So what do we need to change? We have
I think when it's submitted, what's the ID? What's the name of the checkboxes?
So at movies returns all the movies.
Yeah.
Here we don't want at movies. We want at movies and then select which movies we want. Right?
Yeah.
So should we do it here? Or should we do it in the controller? I think we should do it in the controller, right?
Yeah.
Instead of movies.all, movies, movie dot
select.
Oops.
Yeah, I think the problem there is that the ratings return 0 and 1. Did they say something like that?
The ratings returns a hash, which maps. So yeah, this is not going to work. But so what do we want to do? Check out the hash documentation for an easy way to grab just the keys of a hash, since we don't really care about the values in this case.
Yeah,
we don't care about the values.
Ratings.keys.
Okay, ratings.keys.
But then dot keys where the keys are 1. Right?
I think what they're saying for this one, I think they're just talking about the checkboxes right here, because we do care about the one. What we need to do is change the ones to zeros for the unchecked boxes. But params would include as one of those values ratings. I don't know.
Yeah, and then I think I have to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to give the little one some meds.
Okay.
And I don't know whether we can continue after that. Or maybe we can just pick it from there.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just pick it up next time.
Yeah.
If that's all right.
Yep. I think I'll try and figure it out as well, because I know you will. You're always the guy who goes ahead. Yeah, and then maybe yeah, I'll ping you during the week if you can make some time and complete it, or if you have time, you can just ping to see if I have time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Think that. Let me rush.
All right.
Thanks.
Talk to you
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Thanks.